Terrence could be part of a new young group of strong conservatives who are patriots and do not want to see our country go the way of socialism.
He understands business and he understands the economic impact of government regulation, public policy on employment and businesses. And he's willing to talk about it.
He's always been industrious, but more than just working, he's had creative ways to do things and creative solutions to problems.
Hi, I'm Katie Wall.
And I'm Maddie Wall.
We know many of you have gotten to know our dad as he's traveled around Wisconsin for the last 7 months.
But what you may not know is that despite his busy schedule, he always finds time to be our dad.
He goes kayaking with us and takes us biking or boating, and he just loves the outdoors.
Or ping pong, foursquare, just spending time hanging out with us or helping with our homework.
And yeah, we do discuss politics sometimes.
We love our dad, and we hope you will too.
We never had really enough room. We got along, but we were always crowded. We had 4 bedrooms, but we made our family room into a 5th bedroom. And almost every bedroom had 3 children in it. It was pretty chaotic, but a lot of fun.
Plus, our mom has 9 brothers and sisters, which gives Maddie and me 36 aunts and uncles.
Basically, we're just a typical Wisconsin family.
And one of his sisters, it was years ago when they were in high school, remarked that, in fact she asked me, she said, why would her friends all feel that the Wall kids are so achievement-oriented? And that, I think, is the result of being born so close together and having to compete for everything as kids.
Like most people, our dad learned a lot from his parents, especially when he got in trouble.
He was at home one day and a long face on him, and I said, what's bothering you, son? And he said, well, Sister Marie Donald made me stay after school, and she can't do that. And I said, well, why did she do that? Well, she didn't like the way I looked at her in the hall. And I said, Terrence, when Sister Marie Donald says jump, your only response is how high, sister? There was an understanding that they were to make commitments and to follow through.
Dad learned from my grandparents how to get involved in his community.
As an Eagle Scout, our dad has kept his commitment to scouting even as an adult.
Like when he learned that the Glacier's Edge Boy Scout Council needed a new building, our dad stepped up by donating all of the land for the new building and paid for 20% of the construction costs.
Our dad also helped out when the Henry Vilas Zoo in Madison needed help.
Not many people were coming to the zoo, so Dad volunteered to help.
He built a beautiful carousel and donated it to the zoo.
He also helped raise the private funds that paid for the carousel.
Jim Hubing, who was the zoo director, who has spoken very highly of Terrence's initiative and the things he has contributed, not just in terms of money, but in terms of ideas and getting the carousel up and housed and so on.
Our dad's also been committed to helping the Madison Children's Hospital.
A lot of people don't know that our dad was born with a heart defect that required major surgery when he was only 7 years old.
He spent 3 months in the hospital away from all his friends. The doctors and nurses did a great job, but Dad always said the hospital had no toys or books for kids to read.
So when he got older, our dad, along with Grandma, Grandpa, and Dad's brothers and sisters, made a gift to the new American Family Children's Hospital that paid for refurnishing all of the children's play areas and family spaces.
This is another example of our dad stepping up to solve a problem when he saw it.
A lot of people also don't know that our dad is often a guest lecturer at UW-Madison's business department, teaching students about the challenges of starting a business.
And sometimes even helping them get off the ground.
Me at that point was a student, had never started anything. And so learning about other people's experiences on how do you get anything started is, tremendously educational. And I just remember him kind of going through, the early stage steps that he went through when he got out of the real estate program. There was an open offer out there that Terrence had extended to provide free office rent for WAVE students that were interested in starting their own company.
When Chad first met Dad, he was a college student.
Now, with Dad's help, Chad's a successful business owner and manufacturer with more than 10 employees.
And Dad's teaching at the UW is just the beginning of his speaking out on business and political issues.
4 years ago, Dad was asked to be a regular columnist for In Business magazine, and his column quickly became the most popular thing in it.
Terrence was always a good interview for our staff, and he was always willing to speak up, so we asked him to write some guest columns, and one thing led to another, and ended up with a regular column in Business.
As you might imagine, sometimes Dad is a lonely conservative voice in liberal Madison.
Most other business people say, gee, he's saying what I'd like to say, but I don't have the guts to say it, on the record, and Terrence is willing to speak out.
When Dad started thinking of running for office in the last few years, he started talking with his friends about it and what it would take.
In the last couple of years, he started thinking, because he was so worried about what is going on in our country, worried about how the liberals have run it, Terrence started feeling that it was his calling and really his duty as a citizen to do more. But Terrence would not be afraid to vote no on a whole series of budget programs. He would not waver. A lobbyist in the Senate hallway would not change Terrence's mind. And we need someone like that for Wisconsin.
So that's our dad.
And that's why we think he'd make a great senator.
Thanks for all of your support for our dad, and we're looking forward to going with him to as many of the parades, festivals, and fairs as we can.
It's way better than doing our chores.
The fact that he is not a professional politician and that he understands what it takes to provide employment for people and provide economic value added and growth and taxes. So I think that's what I appreciate most, that he's willing to run and become political, but he's not a career politician.
With God's help, he'll do well.